Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, sorry for the delay earlier, folks. We just had a little bit of an issue with the internet, so I had to kind of run off my phone to figure out what was going on. But thankfully, we should be stable at least for the duration of today. Unfortunately, though, that means our stream is going to have to be cut a little bit short, but we'll still make it work with what we have. So, what exactly are we playing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into it right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing. Oh, I see you right there, Noobishly Foolish. Yep, Friday Night Magic, baby, let's go. Well, technically it wouldn't be Friday Night Magic just yet since it's not nighttime on my side. And actually, wouldn't Friday Night Magic also be something everyone's going to be hyped for next week once we start getting to Strixhaven? Wow, it's actually coming up so quick. I'm actually looking forward to that. But until then, I want you all to join me today on the Brawl format because we will be continuing our trudge through the Ranked Brawl series and seeing maybe we could put together some more ranked decks. So these, again, will not be our usual budget decks because we are seriously trying to see if we can rank up with what we're building today. However, if you do like any of the decks we do and maybe you are interested in budget versions, I'll try to link you guys or at least recommend other videos that we've done in the past that actually are budget friendly for other stuff if you do like this style of deck today. But otherwise, today's deck is going to be focusing on Ob Nixilis, which we actually played 2 years ago, I believe, when, was it March of the Machines came out? Wait, was that 3 years ago now? Was it been 3 years? Oh, jeez. That's, man, time does fly. But otherwise, Ob Nixilis, Captain Kingpin today is going to be leading our deck here in Ranked Brawl, otherwise known as the King of Ping. So that's where we're going to be doing that today. Sneaky Toilet, hey dude, hope you're doing good, Mr. Inferno. I am doing great. How are you doing today, my fire friend? Thanks again for joining us today, and I'm glad you are here with us. Okay, so, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be rocking with Ob Nixilis, Captive Kingpin here. This is a legendary demon. He has flying and has trample. He's a 4/3, and it says, whenever one or more opponents lose exactly 1 life, it has to be no more, no less than 1 life, put a +1/+1 counter on Ob Nixilis, and then you exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next end step, you could play that card. So, if we could just start again pinging away, doing 1 point of damage every single time, Ob Nixilis gets bigger and bigger, and he will start getting us a ton, and I mean an insane amount of card advantage. Hopefully then can grow him enough where we can just one-shot our opponent with one big swing. So that's kind of like a really sweet thing about him. He can get super big, and he can again churn through your whole deck to make sure you can keep casting spells. But otherwise, in order to make this work, we will need, of course, a lot of support around him. So before we go over that, let's talk about the stats of the deck very briefly. Long-time viewers of the channel know how we do it. We have to talk about the stats of the deck, of course, before we dive right in. So the King of Ping is going to be Rakdos colors of black and red. We'll be rocking an average mana curve, pretty low actually for a Brawl deck. It's going to be 2.0. We have 24 creatures, 14 instants, 7 sorceries, 17 artifacts, 6 enchantments, a single planeswalker, and 36 lands. So land counts, if you haven't noticed, when you're running a more serious competitive style deck, take note of the fact that we tend to run a little bit less than normal. When we run our budget decks, we tend to run about 38 to 42 lands, give or take, depending on what kind of deck we're playing. You can't get away with less lands in a more serious deck because you usually will have a lot more cheaper mana rocks, which we'll talk about right here, like our Crow Mox, Mox Amber, and Mox Opal. So these kind of help make up the difference for that because we want to have cheaper and faster ways to cast mana. So that's why you can get away with less lands in a more competitive deck, but again, be very careful about that. You need to make sure you can actually budget your curve well. So that's also why we can do that. Having said that, though, I also don't want to run into getting, mana screwed, so we're still going to hold out at about 36 lands, in case if anybody's curious. But otherwise, now that we've already talked about these, the Crow Moxes, again, free spells. They are all artifacts. Mox Opal here only turns on once we got 3 or more artifacts. Mox Amber can only turn on once we have a legendary creature or planeswalker. And Crow Mox, you have to exile a non-artifact, non-land card in order to make sure you can then tap for mana. So FYI with those. Otherwise, for Ob Nixilis, the main portion of the deck is going to be just focusing on pinging our opponent however we can. So starting at the top here, we have, of course, the tried and true method, Culture Familiar, and yes, we have at the bottom here, Witch's Oven. So obviously, Cat Oven combo is just absolutely perfect for the deck. Makes our opponent lose 1 life, we gain 1 life, which of course triggers off Ob Nixilis, and as we keep sacrificing, we just ping our opponent back and forth. So it's a cute little combo on its own, but to support that, however, we do need also some sack fodder. So we're going to throw in, of course, cards such as Fear of Lost Teeth. When it dies, you damage an opponent for 1 point, and you can also gain 1 life. To do that, however, we can also sacrifice them with cards such as, we can utilize here, wait, where is it at? We have Malachar Reaver to then redo some of our creatures. We'll throw in cards like Iridescent Vinelasher. Every time a land we control enters, pinging our opponent for 1 point of damage. Feign Death allows us to then recast something. If we can put this on, if something then gets killed, we can then bring it back to the graveyard, to the battlefield, and then bring it back with an extra +1/+1 counter on it. So great way to kind of protect our stuff. Since we are going to have a lot of stuff going back and forth from the graveyard, we'll throw in Fatal Push as spot removal. We are, of course, in a more higher powered type of deck, so that's why we're going to take advantage of cards like Dark Ritual as well. We'll, of course, throw in Reanimate. So, again, 1 point to just bring back anything from the graveyard back to the battlefield. We do lose a little bit of life, but that's okay for what we're trying to do. We have other cards that can help us, again, with a little bit more spot removal. Galvanic Discharge does look a little goofy in the deck, but, again, I'll talk about why this is important later on. We also have some small pingers, such as End the Festivities, doing 1 point of damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker. So this, of course, triggers off Ob Nixilis. We also have additional cards like that, such as Tectonic Hazard, does the exact same thing. So great for our deck. Spikefield Hazard can either be a tap land, or it can then just do 1 point of damage to any target. So perfect for the deck. Lightning Bolt technically does 3, so this will not trigger off Ob Nixilis. But again, it's cheap. It's spot removal for our deck, so treat it as such. Hired Claw when it attacks, or whenever another creature or lizard attacks, we can do 1 point of damage to an opponent. So again, triggers off Ob Nixilis. That's the whole point of it. We also are going to use Redirect Lightning here. So since we are a much more higher powered deck, we want to take advantage of these stronger cards. Redirect Lightning here, you have to either pay 5 life or pay 2 mana to redirect a spell or an ability to something else. So think of this as kind of like pseudo protection for Ob Nixilis to then move stuff back to something else. We'll also throw in cards like Voldrin Epicure here. He enters, pings our opponent for 1, triggering off Ob Nixilis, creates for us a blood token which you can utilize later on for other value. And going into 2-drop slot, of course, now we have even more pingers, so this is now where it gets, again, more exciting. We have, of course, Blood Artist here. Anytime a creature dies, any creature, doesn't have to be ours, it could be anybody's, we make our opponent lose 1 life, and we can gain 1 life. Each one of these individual pings that goes off will trigger off Ob Nixilis, and he can go insane once we start getting stuff dying with Blood Artist on the field. To punish our opponent for trying to get a little cheeky with card draw, we have Orcish Bowmasters. Anytime an opponent draws a card, except for the first one they draw on their turn, we can then ping them for 1 point of damage, and then we can start amassing Orcs 1. The only awkward part is, unfortunately, this is Alchemy nerfed, so we don't get the full value of the original version of the card. But if you're curious, if you just play this in regular Timeless, that's where you can get the real version, when it enters and it just pings immediately. Either way, it's still great for our deck. We'll throw in Black Mage's Rod, another equipment that allows us to job select, giving our hero the ability to then ping our opponent every time we cast a non-creature spell. We'll also throw in, of course, Demonic Tutor, the best tutor, of course, in all of Magic the Gathering. So this one just lets you dig for any card out of your deck and put it into your hand. So pulls out, again, whatever silver bullet you need to just stop your opponent. The Terminus of Return, aka the, what is it? Is it the Soul Stone from Spider-Man? Either way, it's an indestructible mana rock that, of course, helps us ramp out our package. Amped Raptor here. So we have a little tiny package of these energy cards, but we want to save the energy for specific reasons. So with Amped Raptor here, we can get a little bit of extra energy off of him, and hopefully we can cast something for free just to give us more value. Charming Scoundrel here, when she enters, it has haste. It can either choose to help us to just discard a card, draw a card, make a treasure token for ramping, or add a Wicked token. If the Wicked token ends up in the graveyard, we can ping our opponent for 1, so it does trigger off again Ob Nixilis. And we have a bunch of these, also these little cheap little pingers we can use for our deck. So Coruscation Mage here, we have Firebrand Archer, Kessig Flame Breather. They all do the same thing. In other words, you cast a non-creature spell, ping an opponent for 1 point of damage. So this can help us, again, just trigger off everything we need with Ob Nixilis. Hexing Squelcher here is a spell that can't be countered, and make sure all of our other spells can't be countered. So this is our protection against counterspell decks. Molten Duplication here allows us to create a token that's a copy of a target artifact or a creature, but it also is an artifact in addition to its other types. We have to sacrifice it, but again, just helps us with cloning stuff, so then we can start pinging like crazy against our opponents. Party Thrasher here is a Lizard Wizard. I love that typing, by the way. Lizard Wizard. Hilarious, by the way. In any case, non-creature spells you cast from exile will also have Convoke. So this can help us, again, just reutilize some stuff in the graveyard. This actually goes hand in hand with also Underworld Breach, so I guess I'll talk about this right now. So this is also another extremely powerful card for the deck. Each non-land card in your graveyard, when this is out, has Escape. In other words, you can then cast it from your graveyard if you're willing to then exile a couple of extra cards to recast the spell. And then you do have to, of course, sacrifice this at the beginning of your end step. But ideally, this out should ensure that you can just combo off and hopefully beat down your opponent. So think of this as, again, one of your finishers for the whole deck. Circling back over, we also have Quint's Insight here, and it's an enchantment where we can, again, discard a card, draw a card, and anytime we play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, we can then ping our opponent for 1 point. So this goes perfectly with Ob Nixilis and his exiling ability. Roiling Vortex does double duty. Again, pings our opponent, provides everything we need. However, also we can use its ability to turn off life gain. So this is also one of the most frustrating things about a deck like ours. We don't want to deal with life gain stuff because that slows down our package a lot. So this can help us fix that problem entirely. There is, however, one caveat with this deck. So even though we do have some free spells, be very careful when you have Roiling Vortex. Because if you cast a spell, say like one of your Moxes here, and a Roiling Vortex is out, you will take 5 points of damage because this card punishes anybody that tries to cast free spells. Just FYI. We have cards like the Last Agni Kai here, so it's a fight spell for us at instant speed. And then, of course, we can get an extra bit of red mana once we actually win the fight. So this is actually a good way to take out something in a pinch. Thermal Alchemist technically is the same thing as our Firebrand Archers, our Mages, and our Keswick Flame Breathers. However, he works a little bit differently. So this is the old school version of him. In other words, you can tap him to ping your opponent. However, you can also untap him if you cast only an instant or sorcery. So it can't be just any spell. It has to be specifically those. But he still works really well with what we're trying to do. Temple's Trickery is actually one of our few counter spells in the deck, and well, actually it's our only counter spell in the deck, but it is in red. So if you run into an issue or say like your opponent tries to counter spell you or maybe tries to stop something, you can technically use this in a pinch to counter their thing, but realistically, if it's on the stack, the spell that you're trying to cast, you can technically use this to counter your own spell and then get the value off of this. In other words, if whatever spell gets countered, you choose 1, 2, or 3 at random, then you mill that many cards, you exile cards from the top card of your library until they exile a non-land card with a different name, and you cast the spell for free. So a little clunky there, but in some ways you can use this to get some extra value out of your deck. And then finally, going into the rest of the 2-drops and 3-drops here, we have Unstable Amulet. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have a little bit of our energy package here we have the Galvanic Discharge here. We have the Amped Raptor. Unstable Amulet here provides for us extra energy. Anytime we cast a spell from anywhere other than our hand, if we could ping our opponent for 1 point. Or at the very least, you can then use that mana if you need to then exile at least 1 card. If you do manage to get some extra energy, it does more. But again, realistically, you're just using it again for the pinging ability. Speaking of more pinging, we also have Razorkin Needlehead here. Anytime an opponent draws a card, we ping them for 1 point of damage. So again, goes great with our deck to punish our opponent for card draw. Oni Cult Anvil here can also ping your opponent by giving us some life gain and drain. By sacrificing an artifact, we hit our opponent for 1 point, and we also gain 1 point. However, if anytime an artifact leaves the battlefield, then we can start creating constructs, which we can utilize again for more damage and also more value. We're also going to try to then punish our opponent with more card draw with cards such as Stormfist Crusader here, and we also will throw in Scrawling Crawler. Both of these cards kind of do the same thing. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player will draw a card, but they also lose 1 life. So again, just helps us with our game plan. Scrawling Crawler does the exact same thing as well, but we only make our opponent lose life. We actually don't have to lose life ourselves. Agnes' Soul Cauldron here is technically going to be our it's our graveyard hate. However, if we start exiling cards from a graveyard, we can also get the abilities of it added to one of our creatures, and we start putting +1/+1 counters on them. So this is going to be a great way to kind of hose certain decks out there by giving maybe Ob Nixilis or maybe one of our other creatures some extra abilities on top of it. Since we are going to be in colors that don't really ramp very well, we need some good mana rocks. So besides the Chromes and Moxen we have, we'll throw in Arcane Signet. We have Ornithopter Paradise that does the same thing. And Solar Transformer also provides for us energy. You can use it to just tap for generic mana, but if you have to, you can also pay an energy to then add 1 mana of any color for fixing. For more graveyard hate, we have Boggart Trawler. When it enters, you exile a graveyard, which is great. Or again, it could be a land in a pinch. Popular Egoist does a couple of things that we actually do similar to what we also have here, Mayhem Devil. Whenever Mayhem Devil sees that something is sacrificed, anything on the field, whether it's ours or our opponent's, ping your opponent for 1 point to any target. So you can use this as a spot removal or just pinging to then make Ob Nixilis go off. Popular Egoist technically does the same thing, but in a slightly different way. Anytime a permanent is sacrificed, you make an opponent lose life, and you can gain life. So in some ways this is better, but in some matchups this also might be worse. So it kind of just depends. Your mileage will vary. Electro Duplicate around here also creates for us copies of a creature we control, so similar to Molten Duplication. We want this to, again, just pull out double duty with our pingers, or whatever we need to just to make sure we can finish off our opponents. Flick a Coin does exactly 1 point of damage, helps us draw a card, and creates for us a treasure token for ramping. Screaming Nemesis, the reason why we want this here, although technically it doesn't provide too much utility per se, the reason why you want Screaming Nemesis is if it does get damage dealt to it, we can then turn off our opponent's ability to life gain for the rest of the game if we can just do the extra damage it takes to an opponent's face. So that's the reason why we have it. Volcano Awakening is either going to be a tap land for us, or you can use it to just redraw your hand to get some more cards. Wheel of Potential, also another card that provides energy. Then we can use this to exile cards and then start playing those cards from exile, depending on how much energy we are willing to spend. Chandra, Dress to Kill here, provides for us a little bit of ramp with its ability, and also you can ping your opponent for 1 point and exile the top card of your library if you need to, whatever you have. Flare of Duplication here also is another redirect spell similar to Redirect Lightning here. However, this can be cast for free by sacrificing one of our red creatures. Oh, I forgot. Actually, this is a copy spell. So it's another one of our copy spells. Then copy an instant or sorcery. I don't know. I think I got that messed up with another card, but you get the idea. Either case, we're just going to use this again just to get some more value out of our deck. Going into the 3-drop slot and the 4 and 5-drop slot, we have Revenge of Ravens. So this is, again, in the deck to hose out those go-wide strategies. They're going to think they're going to try to get a little cheeky with us. By putting this out there, we can make an opponent lose 1 life and gain 1 life for each one of their creatures they try to swing with us. So this is going to, again, make Ob Nixilis super big if they, again, try to go wide. Felder Profane here for spot removal, but of course it could be a land if we need to. Prosper Toenail, we do have a lot of cards we're going to start exiling and playing from exile, so we can create a ton of treasure tokens to ramp. Aetherworks Marvel, so this can help us generate some extra energy we need. Once we get enough energy, we can start paying it to then start casting spells for free if we start digging 6 cards deep with its ability. And then finally, this actually goes hand in hand with Ob Nixilis in a perfect way. All will be 1. So this is our game ender here for our opponents. Whenever 1 or more counters on a permanent or player are put on there, this enchantment deals that much damage to an opponent, creature, or an opponent controls, or a planeswalker. In other words, with the way this works, once we start putting at least 1+1/+1 counter on a time on Ob Nixilis, this will trigger off by pinging our opponent, and then that means that actually goes back to Ob Nixilis, which then makes another token, another counter, which again will trigger off all will be 1. So it's basically an infinite loop to get us a victory. They actually curve together perfectly because Ob Nixilis is a 4-drop and all will be 1 is a 5-drop. So if we actually manage to get both of them to go off, we win the game on the spot. Not sure if we're going to be able to pull that off today, but we'll see if we can get maybe like something close to that. Now, as far as our land base is concerned, one more time, this is also a non-budget deck because we are focusing on trying to make sure we can actually rank up with this. So we're going in all serious. We're taking advantage of cards such as Castle Lochwain, Hive of the Eye Tyrant as a creature land, Mygar City of Mako here, which can either be a tap land or just use it to sacrifice a creature to draw some cards. Phyrexian Tower sacrifices other creatures to make some more mana. Takenuma for milling and then bringing something back from the graveyard back to our hand. Vault of Whispers is an artifact land along with Great Furnace because we do have some artifacts we do want to utilize for value. Arena of Glory here can exert something when it enters, so that means we can make it hasty. Sometimes even an Ob Nixilis would be perfect for this. Den of the Bugbear is also another creature land, which can also create for us goblin tokens. We also have here Lindblum Industrial Regency. Again, it's a tap land, but also you can then make a wizard, which can also provide us more pinging. Sokazin Crucible Defiance creates for us some spirit tokens if we channel it. And we'll throw in all the rare duels we can muster up for this deck. So we have Blackleaf Cliffs, Blazemire Verge, Blightstep Pathway, Blood Crypt, Dragonskull Summit, Dross4 Bridge. It's a tap land, but it does work because it's an artifact. Haunted Ridge, Jagged Barrens, which is also, again, not a rare, but it does ping our opponent for 1 point when it enters, so it counts for our deck. Rakkus Theater for Surveilling. We'll have only 2 swamps and 4 mountains. Sulphur Spring. Since this is technically unbanned in this format, we're going to take advantage of Ancient Tomb. Bloodstained Mire for a real fetch land, along with, what is it? We have also Prismatic Vista. We have Fable Passage. A Fountain Port because we have a lot of tokens we could take advantage of. Mana Confluence for perfect fixing along with Starting Towns. And to make sure all of our lands can still be swamps in addition to other types, we throw an Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth on the top end. And that is the king of ping, everyone. So, can this version do anything in the ranked format? Will this be better or worse than yesterday's deck? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, okay, hold on 1 second. Recently play. There we go. Let's go ahead. Let's play this now in modified ranked ball, and let's see how well the deck can do. Whew. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I tried to get through that as quick as I can because I just want to see how many matches we can squeeze in within the next, like, it's going to be hour and a half. Hour 45 tops, everyone. Yeah, we are on a bit of a tight schedule today, but we're still going to make it work. So let's see if we can still have some fun just the same. And opponent's going to be playing Ketramos here. Okay. Let's see if we can get around to Ketramos. Okay, so with that. Okay, great. We have Prosper in hand, which is perfect. Once we can start doing our thing, this will be really good. So we'll just keep this. All right, so it's going to be a lot of exiling shenanigans, but are they going to exile our stuff, or are they going to just play things from exile? Let's see. We actually did play Ketramos a while ago when that card first came out a year plus. So we're hoping that we can do some stuff with it. For now, Tectonic Hazard does feel like a bit of a waste, but we couldn't have that Skrell protect our opponents, so we had to get rid of that ASAP. Okay, Verdant Catacombs. So it looks like our opponent is going to take full advantage of fetch lands. Okay. Opponents. Thoughtseize. Ugh. So what are they going to throw away? Hexing Squelch? Well, they don't really care about being countered, so they probably don't need that. The Redirect Lightning might be something they would lose to, so I don't know if they want that. Blood Artist would start pinging, so they also could get rid of that too, and that would slow us down a bit. And we're a little ways away from Prosper. So anything our opponent throws away probably will hurt us a lot. It's okay. We'll still get through it. Okay, Hexing Squelcher. Huh. Okay. Well, that's what they want to get rid of. That's fine. For now, we'll play the Blood Artist. We hit ourselves. We go to 24, but they're still at 20. All right, opponents. What else you got? Okay, Kentramos is coming down. Electro Duplicate. So for this... we could sacrifice our own Blood Artist, but that doesn't help us out too much. On the other hand... so we do it. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we start exiling stuff. We got the starting town, which is nice, but that's also kind of an awkward land to get on your 4th land drop. Okay, it's fine, everyone. It's fine. We're still going to make it work just the same. Okay. So while our opponent's trying to do the thing, how's everyone been doing this week so far? I know we asked yesterday, but I'm still going to ask again. How has your week been, everyone? Now that the full set has been revealed for Strixhaven, how are you feeling about it? Do you like it? Are you excited? Do you think the set is going to be powerful? What are your thoughts overall, everyone? I'd love to hear from you on what your thoughts are overall. All right, so until then, so Kentramos looks like it's going to be focusing on just exiling stuff completely. We'll see if we can still try to get around it, though. It's going to be a hard card to deal with, though, because we don't really have too many options to stop it. There is actually a couple cards I have thought about maybe adding into the deck that might be helpful for this, but we'll see. We're going to try Ob Nixilis. We'll see. We came here for a reason, so we'll see if we can try to make this work. Does our opponent have... okay, they have Felia here. So when Felia attacks, they exile a non-land permanent. Now, Skyclave. Okay. Never a fan of Skyclave, but okay. So Ob Nixilis goes back. They draw a card. They lose life. Okay. Yeah, they need 7 cards exiled in order for this to work. Our opponent is definitely working hard, though, because they pulled out the Grim Tutor. We'll see. Is that enough? Otherwise, we have a lot of stuff we may not need. So I think we might have to actually use the Wheel of Potential. Okay. Skyclave can get bounced back, which doesn't... not good for us. Okay. Down to 21. They bring it back. No real value. Aetherworks Marvel, which is normally not bad, but at the same time, that Skyclave is going to be a pain. Okay. Well, here's how we'll do this. We turn on here, forcing our opponent to take the 1 point here, but then they also go down to 10. Ooh, they go down to 9. Okay. They can't exile the token at least, so I guess that's kind of helpful. Emperor Bones, okay. Unlicensed Hearse. Okay, so they're going to try to start exiling cards. Let's see. Is that going to be something we're going to worry about? Okay, opponents. We honestly don't care too much about them exiling. We're just hoping we can get some value here in a bit. But that Skyclave being bounced back and forth from this dog here is going to be a problem for us. We'll see, though. Okay. Down to 7. Okay, opponents. Is that enough? Okay, they do swing. So I have an idea here, but this is also going to be a very painful idea. Okay. We have a redirect lightning, which we can use to redirect things. We'll see if that works. They're going down to 6, though. So let's see. If what I'm thinking works, maybe we can hose them here for just a moment. Okay. Okay. So. We'll try this. Ooh, do they have an answer? Okay. A non-token creature. Does that work here? I'm going to use it. Okay, Flare of Duplication. So they have to sacrifice a non-token creature themselves. I'm guessing the Emperor Bones is probably going to go bye-bye. I figured. Okay. So that goes. That doesn't really help us that much. They're down to 6. We're at 18 still. So we still have time. But I don't know. We're both both of our decks are running a little clunky right now. Still trying to see. Still trying to see. They still can't turn on Ketramos' ability yet. But they are also kind of low on life. So I'm not sure what we can do here. And we did end up sacrificing our own land for this. But if we didn't, we would have lost it anyway. So might as well use it to hose them just a little bit. Okay. Lord Skitter. Alright. Guess we're going to start exiling more things. Okay. Let's see. Sarah? Okay. Great. Okay. Well, now we're not looking too good here. I don't know if we're going to be able to survive this. I would like to. But I'm trying to think right now. I don't know. We'll give it one more turn. Our opponent still is going to try to cast things here, but it's not looking too good. Okay, so they exile stuff. At the same time, our opponent's going to have to be careful here because they go to 5. So they are exiling things. That puts them down to what? Okay. So it turns on. Oh, they turned it on. Never mind. All right. We'll just take our L there. Okay. I just realized they turned on Ketramos, so we had no chance of winning there. Okay. It's okay, everyone. Okay. First game here. No big deal. We're going to shake it off. I'm going to try again for the next one. It's okay. The King of Ping can still go off. We did test it out just a little bit last night. Originally, yesterday, I know we didn't exactly even have this deck exist yet. But it kind of inspired me from a couple websites I was looking at to think like, there has to be something I could put together that's a little bit fresh, or at least revives something that we've done in the past. And thankfully, we were able to pull it off with today, with what we have. Okay. So for now, let's see. Crossroads Bridge, Rackus Theater. Okay, so we'll play the bridge first. Okay, so. Opponent's playing Garrett, Mirror of the Wilds. What token creatures you control have? Okay. A token deck. It's a very interesting one, by the way. Let's see if we can get around this. For now, let's just start ramping. Ideally, Ob Nixilis can come out, or maybe Screaming Nemesis. Alright, Ilson Kyrian. Nice. Played the Mountain. We will play Screaming Nemesis. We swing. Down to 22. We will pass. Okay, so the game plan right now. We get out that couple more lands, and we should be good to go here. Alright. They swing. Down to 22. Okay, Crow Box. So from here. Okay, so what do we take? I guess it's just going to be the folder up here. Alright. So that helps us fix for what we need, which is nice. Ob Nixilis. Rackus Theater. Okay, keep the Arcane Signet on top. No attacks. Kevion Brown. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Yo, I've been playing MTG Arena for a while, and where the heck is this Ranked Brawl that's all I want to play, but I can't find it. Oh, well, good question. You kind of have to dig a little bit for this. So it's in the special events category. I'll show you in just a second once we're done with this match here. So we just need to go off here. Let's see. What do we want? Unstable Amulet. Okay, opponents. So we get some energy. But yeah, you've just taken the menu just a little bit. It is there. Okay. We'll exile one card off the top. Okay, Ancient Tomb. Usually that's not too bad, but I didn't want that. I wanted to see if we can ping something else. But okay. We should be able to go off with this just the same. So here's how we do this. Okay, opponents. We will sacrifice our bridge. So this hopefully will get the game plan going here. Okay, ping our opponent for 1. Alright. There we go. Party Thrasher. That does ping off. Gets us another card. And there you go, everyone. So that's kind of it. We didn't really go off on a huge combo there, but you get the idea. Okay. Still good swing against our opponent here. Down to 14. All right. Now we're definitely in charge here. Good turn. Good turn. So I'm guessing, Kevion, are you a fan of playing maybe CDH or just do you like playing Brawl with an idea that you can now rank up with it? Competitive style? Ooh, Source of Plowshare. All right. Wow. I'm actually surprised they didn't go after Ob Nixilis. Okay, here comes Roxanne. Starfall Savant. I do want to build a deck around here. We actually have not played around this character from Thunder Junction, but I do want to do that at some point. Okay. They hit us. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what they're trying to do here. So they're going to try to see if they can try to keep copying the meteors. Okay. Well, put that back to the command zone. But this does give me an idea with Roxanne for the future. Biotech Specialist. Okay. Okay. They make a lander token. Okay. So I see what our opponent's trying to do here. We'll see if we can get around this plan, though. Let's see if we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the Terminus of Return can technically be flipped on this next turn. We'll see if that actually works. Cursed Arsenal. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us. Let's see. Do we discard a card? Okay, we will discard the Aetherworks Marvel. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we want here? We'll get that. Ob Nixilis coming back in. Ping our opponent for 1. We play the Mox Opal for free. Ping our opponent. Also exile a card. Get that in. Haunted Ridge. We can then ping once again. Here we go. Now we're talking. Ping again. Draw another card. Ooh. Ooh. Mayhem Double. He's good. Now we're talking here. Okay, ping again. Nice. Good turn. Okay, we're doing it. There we go. It isn't working. Not bad, huh? Good, down to 9. Opponent's going to have to put in a lot of work if they want to start taking out her stuff. But we'll see. Maybe we can get around this. Love this deck. It looks like fun. We actually, again, played this deck in Historic and 60 card a while ago. But I do love these styles of decks. Honestly, I'm a bit of a sucker for Rakdos and pinging. So it is definitely my style of deck where I just like, incremental damage. Ping them now. Ping normally, but our opponent right here is going to be no fun allowed. Okay, so put it back into our hand. Even so, with our opponent trying to constantly push away Ob Nixilis, we can still go off with him. It will work, everyone. It's going to work. During Innocence, okay? I play a lot of Commander in real life, and I just want to see how good my decks are. Oh, okay. Good to know. Okay. Opponent's going to keep making meteorites. So what, do they hit the Party Thrasher? Okay, they take out the token. That's fine. We don't care about that. Okay. They make another token. Party Thrasher. And do they do it again? All right. Party Thrasher goes bye-bye. Shame. That's okay. We still have ways of getting around this, everybody. We just need to endure a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, they got Balin. Okay. Okay. Interesting choice. Guide of Souls. Okay. That might be a problem for us. We got to take that out some way, somehow. I don't know how, but we're going to try. Okay, Fel the Profane is not bad either. So from there... How do we want to do this? I think... Black Mage's Rod. Job select. We take out... Take out here. Okay, ping our opponent down to 8. Take out their commander. So that turns off all of their stuff for now. Okay. Let's see. We will sacrifice our Vault of Whispers to ping. Gives us a new token. And we will go from there. Okay. Not too bad so far. But we do need to still find a way to keep pinging our opponent. They're down to 7. They don't have enough mana for Geared. Wait, no, they do. Oh, I forgot that's... Never mind. I messed up there. Okay. Dense Blood, hello. Hello, my fire friend. How you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. You're just in the middle of us seeing if we can get the King of Ping, Ob Nixilis, to go off here. Oh, we're so close. I don't know. We're going to try. Opponent is swinging. That's fine. Okay. For instance, Balin. Wait, so how does that... Oh, the meteorites do tap for mana. All right. Okay. So our opponent is going to try to take out everything we got. Okay. Go to 21. So that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Huh. I thought our meteorites only did damage. Okay. I did not know they can actually tap for... They can ramp. Okay. Well, this now makes me kind of rethink this. I thought we were going to be close to winning, but I don't know. Now we're looking a little iffy here. Okay. Meteorite again. Okay, they're just going right for the pings. Dense Blood, how are we feeling about the prepare mechanic so far? I like it, but I just want to know, is it possible to abuse it? That's probably the biggest question out of our plan. So I'm already looking at trying to build a couple of decks utilizing the prepare mechanic, and it's also, some cards are going to be absolutely busted. And then some of them that you want to use multiple times feel like they're not going to go off as much as you think they are. I don't know. I definitely want to use the one that can cast me Lightning Bolt over and over again. I already have an idea for a Ruby Storm deck that I'm looking forward to doing for either Historic or even Timeless for the future. But we'll see if we can make that work. Not sure about the other ones, though. There is, I think, one that allows you to keep drawing cards like a ton as you keep just playing the as you keep playing out everything else out. But I will highlight a couple of those coming up soon. And that also does lead me to another question there for everyone. So how do we all feel about the prepare mechanic from Strixhaven? We saw all the cards as of today. Everything has now been spoiled. Is there anything out there that you think is going to be absolutely ridiculous? Or do you think there's maybe something that people are overhyping? Let me know, everyone. I would love to hear from you. Okay, until then. All right, so. Play the mountain. Ob Nixilis coming back. Bring our opponent down to 10. We will... How do we do this here? I think we can equip. We will sacrifice... What do we want to sacrifice here? We're pretty much out of options now. Well, this is awkward. Okay, well, if we lose, we lose. We're going to try to go down fighting just the same. Ping. Okay. Okay. Dang it. We lost. with the life gain that we're going to get there, we were going to be able to pull off a win. We came close once again, but we're still going to be a platinum, so it's okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention, since this was brought up also, so for Kevion here and anyone else that is curious, modified ranked brawl is what we're in right now. So this is, again, you're ranking up with the same ranking system that you have across your other formats using the brawl format. If you're trying to find this, if anybody's kind of lost, because I know it doesn't really show you on here, remember that what you're going to do is when you hit play, you can then go to, hold on, wait, oops, wrong button. Okay, go to events. And then you'll see here modified ranked brawl. This will pop up in the events tab if you're on the main menu for Magic Arena, guys. From there, go on that. You only need to get one win just to get a bunch of XP, which is, again, not the reason why I'm playing it. I want to see how well we can do with decks that we play if they're non-budget, and also if we're going to get actually serious. So that's where we're at today, for those that are curious. Switch to landscape? Oh, Z4T. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And thanks again for joining us. But actually, I'm dual streaming. So if you're on, I'm guessing if you're on portrait style, I have that up. But actually, if you go through my main channel real quick, check out Z that we actually do have a landscape version running right now as we speak. If you're having trouble finding that, we also are technically live on X, on Twitch, as well as YouTube. If you're curious about checking me out other places, but on YouTube specifically, I do a dual stream. So just switch over to the landscape of one if you want to. It is up. It is up. I've checked. Okay, going over this right now. Let's see what we got. Okay, we'll play the Great Furnace, Volder and Epicure. Taking our opponent for 1. They're playing with Rawl, which we also actually played a while ago too. Rawl is also going to be part of our upcoming deck once we get to Strixhaven. Oh, it's going to be interesting because I realized Rawl in Strixhaven is actually mono black. So we definitely are going to be building a deck around Rawl. But until then, let's see. Let's play Mana Confluence. We will play our Blood Artist. So get the life gain and drain shenanigans going. Down to 22 opponents. Okay. Thundery Falls. Talisman. Okay. They're slowly also building up their value. We will play this tab, so I guess we don't really need to do damage. Down to 21. Okay. So Galvanic Discharge we're going to save, although I don't like that it's been nerfed, because that actually kind of hurts us a little bit. Evelyn Nolson, hello. Hello, my fire friend. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, and thanks again for joining us. Dense Planet. I've sent the link to the video about it. The too long didn't read is they count as casting a spell, and you can copy it if I remember correctly. That was something that, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Dense Planet. I've been trying to figure out, like, wait, does the prepared spell count as a copy, or actually count as an actual spell? That makes a huge difference for some cards out there that I do want to play around. On the other hand, you also can take advantage of that with the old school, wait, is it really old school at this point? Well, I mean, it has been 5 years, but when we went to Strixhaven the first time, we also had the Magecraft ability, which does trigger off for both actual spells, and it also triggers off for actual copies of spells. Oh, Z, you didn't show a follow there. Thanks again for the follow, my fire friend. Appreciate that, by the way. Hopefully, again, you have a much better copy of the stream going now. Okay, so we got the Higher Claw. That's nice. So let's see here. We can play Ob Nixilis now. So we did come in for one reason. We wanted him to be out. Oh, they got the wash away. Boo. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not mad. So no attacks yet. So the way we can do this, I think if we can get down all will be 1. That actually might be helpful there. Scalding Tarn, okay. They got Mizzix Mastery already, which also kind of scares me a little bit there. We'll see if we can survive. Evelyn, I'm playing Arena right now as well. Oh, nice. What deck are you playing right now? Are you playing in Brawl, Pioneer, Standard? Okay. Opponent is now down to 2 cards. They still have technically 3 mana open. Well, technically also, you could cast a 4 mana spell for 3 thanks to Rawl. But will they do that? The Mizzix Mastery can be cast, but they don't really have much value in the yard. Oh. They did cast already. Okay. All right. They got their value. Opera Love Song. Huh. I didn't think they were going to use Mystic Mastery already, but okay. Looks like they're going to try to combo off here. No joy. Okay. Do they flip? Or are they going to see if they can storm off still? They exile cards. Okay, the 3 steps ahead won't help them. That's good. Ooh, I forgot we have Seeding Song now in Arena. We got to take advantage of that once we do the Ruby Storm deck coming up. Come on, fizzle. Okay. Oh, finally they fizzled. Dense Minutes. All will be won with Ob Nixilis as a win. It is a win, but we need to make sure both copies stay on the field. And it's only going to be hard because, well, right now, as you can tell, Dense Minute, if they're playing Raw, they're playing counter spells. And they already ended up getting hosed once with a wash away. But if we can get both, it's an instant win. We just need to allow our opponent to stop comboing. I don't know if we're going to do it now, because they technically have Bayo out, which keeps them going. Come on, fizzle. We actually have our win cons in hand. We have the All Will Be One, but we also need Ob Nixilis to actually go off. Alright. Well, this is going to be kind of boring.
You're not scared of lightning? You're about to.
Might as well just let the tumbleweeds go by, because nothing's happening now. Opponent managed to actually
Let's break some
go off.
fundamental laws of physics.
All right. Brawl. Is that it? They got their free spells.
Like mine deserves respect.
Okay. They pay themselves, but they still get free spells out of it. So we're just gonna cut there. Dang it. They actually comboed off before we could, so that's a shame. And I technically they didn't win, but it's enough where I really didn't want to sit there for the rest of the game just watching them play. That's not fun for the stream, at least. So we're just going to cut our losses there. All right, we'll try again, everyone. We'll try again. We will try again. We can do this. We know we can get some wins with this deck. Although right now we're not looking too hot. Maybe I should have put in a little bit more that accentuated the acceleration. I don't know. Evelyn, Brawl, and you're playing with a Layla. Oh, okay. Wait, which version of a Layla are you playing? There's technically, I guess, now 2 versions in Brawl? In Arena in general? I think there's the old school Layla that's Mardu colors, and there's the Rakdos Layla from, was it Foundations they put her in? Either way, there's 2. Okay. Okay, shaking it off, everyone. We're going to try again. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Amber, but they can't use that until Ob Nixilis comes in, so that's a little awkward. It's all good, though. We can still make it work. They were playing with Golbez from Final Fantasy. Okay, so it's an all artifact deck. Interesting. Pay the 2 life. We will play Revolver and Epicure. Get those pings in. I guess we'll play the Mox Amber now for free. Can't do anything with it until our demon gets in. But at least we're set up for that as soon as we can. Okay, Golbez coming in. No hesitation there from our opponents. All right, so play the Arcane Signet. We will... I guess we'll do it now. Cauldron Familiar. Ping, ping. No attacks yet. So by next turn, we can at least get Ob Nixilis down, and we should be solid from there. Maybe I should have waited actually on the Cauldron Familiar. It's all good, though. It's all good. We'll still make it work. Okay, 5 cards in hand. Do they swing? Do nothing? Let's see. Wait, what does this do? At the beginning of... Whenever an artifact you control enters, surveil. At the beginning of your end step, you control 4 more artifacts. Turn a creature card from your hand. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts... Okay. So it's going to be a slow burn with this, but we'll see. Hexing Squelcher. Can't be countered. Okay. Now all of our stuff is uncounterable, which is great. We will sacrifice the blood token. Ping our opponent. So now we have a small, but surely very helpful piece here. If our opponent doesn't blow up the Hexing Squelcher, we can definitely slowly but surely take advantage of this. Ooh, they're playing Urza. We played Urza yesterday. We didn't do too well with it, but we actually got a couple of sweet wins with it. Demonic Council. Okay. So they pull out Herald of Anguish. Okay. For now, though, Ob Nixilis coming in. Alright, so we got our Demon Ping set up to go. First, let's see if we can get a little bit more value out of him. Oh, Artful Provocator. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. We will play End the Festivities. There we go. More pinging. Nice. Blackleaf Cliffs. Okay. Can't swing yet. But at least we got some value off of that. We unfortunately lost the Scrawling Trawler, but that's okay. At least now everything will force our opponent to either pay life just to get rid of the Squelcher, or they're just going to have to endure. Can we do it, though? Reverse Engineer. Okay. They draw some cards. But they also hit themselves, down to 13. Okay. Opponent, what else you got? Dark Ritual. They're really going to try to force out something here. Okay, Mindstone. Okay, they Surveil. Okay, I think we're in a good position now to hopefully win this one here. Demir Singh. Okay. That means they should be now done. We have a Spikefield Hazard in hand, so that actually will also trigger off everything. Okay. I think we're poised to hopefully win this one here on the spot. Okay. Ooh, we also got the Dark Ritual too. Okay, so we're definitely going to win here. We can win. I know we can win here. Okay, get that first one off. Oh, there we go. And that's game right there, everyone. That's game. So, Dark Ritual. Get those pings in. Make that mana. We then Spikefield Hazard. There's no way we can lose here now. Dang. And that is game, everyone. Perfect. We got the win on that one. Yeah, we did it. First one of the day, everyone. Nice. Not a crazy combo, but once you start chaining things, it is going to be lights out for your opponent. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So we got our first legit win there, so that was good. Once we get to the halfway point of the stream in a few minutes, we'll get one more game in. We'll see if we can maybe look at tweaking things a little bit. Just a little bit here and there to see if we want to refine it. If there's anything you feel like we need for the deck, let me know in the comments, everyone. How are you feeling about the deck overall? I like it. I enjoy what we're doing, but at the same time, I feel like we're being a little clunky still. I don't know if we need more removal, or we should just try to see how fast we can accelerate the whole plan. Ooh, we also got the Ancient Tombs in hand. That's great for us. So that means we can get Chandra out on turn 2. That could be a huge play. Densplana, don't forget about Mystical Archives. For your interest, Pyretic Ritual is going to be an arena. That also is going to be a huge buff for for mono red. We definitely now can start chaining together a ton of stuff. So, good on pointing that out, Densplana. I need to start figuring out now our first deck that we want to do for it. And I think that might actually be the... we definitely have to do the Ruby Storm deck. That's pretty much where I'm focused right now once we start finish theory crafting. Okay. Shocks themselves down to 22 for a Ginger Brute. Okay. We're playing Winota, which is also a very scary commander if we don't answer it fast. Okay, so let's see. How do we do this here? How fast do we go? Winota doesn't swing just yet, but once other non-creatures start swinging, it gets pretty nasty. Okay, so for now, play the Hired Claw. They'll have to spend mana if they want to make it unblockable. Are they willing to do that? Okay, Plains. Okay, opponents. No, they got removal. Okay, it's fine. They bolt us. Mother of Runes. That might be a bit of a problem for us. We'll see if we can get around it, though. Okay, Unstable Amulet. So for now, Charming Scoundrel. We will make with her a treasure token. Play Kessick Flame Breather. Okay. We'll attack. Some early damage. Nice. I don't know if we're going to get to that Fel the Profane in time, though. We might need the black mana faster than we think. Because with that... Okay, Krenko. No attacks, but no swings? Okay. Valakut Awakening. Okay, so here's how we do this. That's damage to us, but we need Ob Nixilis to come in now. So hit our down to 16. That's painful. Okay. So our big bad demon is in. We cannot swing just yet, though. Actually, whoa, maybe we can? No. I realize the Mother Runes will just give them protection. So we're just got to wait it out for a smidge. So Mother Runes probably is going to turn this to be protected from red. And they can start putting Goblin tokens out like crazy. It's okay, though. Unstable Amulet or Chandra can help us out next turn. So we do have options. We have options, everyone. They don't have their 4th land drop. If they missed it, then that means Winota is going to serve. There's going to be a turnout. Oh, March of the Worldly Light. Wow. So they sacrificed for pre for that. Okay. All right, so we're still sitting out a little bit longer, everyone. It's okay. We're still going to get there. We totally can. Okay, Franco, make some tokens. If Mother Runes turns on, which they can do, down to 14. Okay. Oni Cold Anvil's not too bad. So let's see. Hold on. There we go. Activate now. Let's see. We'll get another red source. We'll get out another mountain. We will get out the unstable amulets. Oh, wait. No arena. Ah! Oh, they tapped down for the wrong mana. Okay, well, that throws us off a little bit there. Joy. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, everyone. Can't really... No. So what ended up happening there was I should have played the Oni Cult Animal first, then tapped the Ancient Tombs to give us the mana, pinged ourselves, but we actually could have gotten 2 cards down there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just wait it out. That's when Emeritus for black has a demonic tutor for a prepare cell. I did see that, so that was revealed today, which sounds really, really crazy. But it is also meaning you're going to have to spend a lot of mana just to even get 1 tutor to go off. Because you're spending 4 for the creature, and then you have to spend another 2 for the demonic tutor. And then a repeated 2 if you want to make sure you can keep that going. So in theory, it sounds great, but that's also a lot of mana you're asking for. Okay. All right. Our opponent is going to try to keep pushing through damage. Okay. Does the Mother Runes turn on? They do not. So we take out the Ginger Brute. Okay. If we can get at least 1 Wrath, we can blow away everything. But I don't know if we're going to get there in time. We're not looking too good here. Okay. Well, Fatal Push is not too bad. So let's see. Okay. I realize now Arena is hosing us because they're making us tap the wrong mana. So I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off here. Okay. Ping our opponent for 1. Might as well activate this now. Okay. If we could find anything to blow away the board, great. If not, we're pretty much dead. Okay. Last chance here. Anything, deck? Blood Artist. Play that, and yeah, that's game. No! Oh. We just couldn't stop Kranko there fast enough. Okay, everyone. So, of all I believe in, green and blue Emeritus are very good. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, and both of those cards, the Emeritus ones in that cycle, seem very, very strong. But we'll have to wait and see. Because sometimes you can predict certain cards, and then sometimes certain things just don't go off. Okay. So, from what we've seen so far here, the deck, I want to believe, feels good. But at the same time, we've been having some struggles here and there. I'm trying to think, like, if we need to tweak anything. Maybe, I don't know if I need to get out the Ravens, maybe put in an actual Wrath. Because I do realize we probably should at least have 1 good Wrath in the deck. All right. right, so that should help us out a little bit there. Not much of a major change, but I'm just trying to look at other things we need. There technically are some other cards that I want to put into this deck, but I'm also out of wild cards, as you can see here, and I'm also saving up now that we know the next set's coming out, so that's why I don't want to spend any of my gold or my gems, so that's why we're kind of waiting it out just a little bit until the next set. Otherwise, I don't know if maybe I should put in more spot removal for the deck. Maybe that might be a bit more helpful for us. All right. So, yeah, maybe just drop the Galvanic Discharge in the Amped Raptor. We probably don't need to spend spots on energy cards if we're not really going to go all in on energy. So maybe we just need a little bit more removal. So let me see if I can actually focus on a bit more removal. So cut down's pretty good. And then what else do we want? I think Annihilating Glare for fine. Throw those in. Not a huge change there, but I'm going to do some small tweaks here and there just to see if we can get more value out of the deck. Okay. Should be good now. Right? Should be good. Let's go ahead. Let's keep this going a little bit longer, everyone. I did forget to mention, if you are enjoying the content, even if you see me just completely losing over and over again, show some love if you do like it. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, deck techs, live streams, and so much more. Okay, so as we're now past the halfway point of the stream, we'll just see what we can do to see if we can try to rank up just a little bit with this deck. Come on, deck. I would love for us to try to do a little bit of stuff tonight. Energy is wacky here? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to see if I can add in a couple energy cards just to go off with the Unstable Amulet, but realistically, you don't need the amulets to actually just constantly turn energy to get with it. Yes, it is nice, but you're realistically playing the Unstable Amulet just for the pinging ability. So that was something I realized I probably should have avoided. It's okay, though. We did do some minor fixes. Okay, Spikefield Hazard is good, too. So for now, is there anything we could... Okay, we can play something. So Prismatic Vista. I want to see if I can start pinging with Mayhem Devil. That's what I would love to get. But we're a little ways away. So for now... Oni called Anvil. I don't want to give him card draw just yet. Not until we can start getting Ob Nixilis to do its thing. We're going to wait it out just a smidge. Okay, Bogger Trawler. Spikefield Hazard, okay. If we get another untapped source, we can get out what I would like to get out faster. Okay, so for now... Okay, Molten Duplication's not too shabby. I think Spikefield... No, the Drawswords Bridge. And then... Stormfist Crusader now. Okay. So they exile Azusa. So this means that at least next turn we should be able to get out Ob Nixilis and start getting some value off of him. At least I'm hoping we will. Necrobloom coming out. Okay. Opponents. They swinging. No blocks, of course. Down to 21. Alright, so game plan right now. We're going to try to see if we can just slowly start getting some value here. It's going to be painful, but we do need that value. Ob Nixilis coming in. No attacks. So if we can now start slowly pinging, we have a shot. Okay, Baron Moore. They cycle. They gain some life. Okay. They mill in. They mill the Scoot Swarm. Okay. If they bring back that Scoot Swarm, that has to go. If that goes off, we are definitely dead. Okay, Azusa, Lost but Sinking. Alright, so that means lands aplenty. So there we go. They make the token. Is that it, opponent? Yes? No? Oh, I was going to say, they could swing if they want to. No block still. Okay. So we get now our value, which is good. Make our opponent lose life. They do some milling. They gain life, but we also start drawing cards. So there we go. Getting our value. There we go. So let's see. From here, I want to make sure we can start doing our thing. So, what do we want here? I think the mage. We'll only just make one copy, because we still need to go off with what we have. Attack of the Soul Cauldron. Alright, there we go. Get the pings going. Alright, nice. We will end the festivities. Keep it in our opponent there. There we go. Getting those pings in. Nice. We can also eat that Scoot Swarm. We can't have that go off, by the way. Oh. Oh, this will be hilarious. So that means that gets eaten up. Big swing from Ob Nixilis. They can block if they want to with Titanium, but that is not going to help them. Boom. Down to 21. All right, not too bad. We did lose a lot of key pieces here, like Screaming Nemesis. That would have been great to have, but that's okay. Small price to pay. Okay, they are going to still keep milling, which keeps their life total high, but that's okay. The whole idea right now is we just want to start taking away things. Here come the zombies. And hopefully we can just kind of swing before they can respond. They only have one blocker in Titania here, but if we can get Ob Nixilis big enough, that won't matter. Okay, so let's see. We want to do this. Can we do this? Thoughtseize? No. Okay, well, it's either the Mayhem Devil or the Molten Duplication. If the Molten Duplication goes, we won't get as many pings, but on the other hand, Mayhem Devil also can do stuff too. I would guess that they would take the Molten Duplication, because that actually can do more damage. Yep, no surprise. Alright, that's fine, opponents. Spikefield Hazard also can technically help us ping. We just need to find a way to go off here, so we're going to try as best as we can. Okay, that does count as a ping, so thank you, opponents. Let's take another card off of that. Okay, it's another land. They get life back anyway, but we're just trying to churn through our deck. Until your next... Okay, so it's our end step, so that means the mountain does stick with us for a little bit. That's not too bad. Okay. Make more zombies. Okay, they want to swing, they can. But they choose not to? I figured. Okay. So there we go. More card draw, more pinging. Okay. Ooh, we got a Phyrexian Tower, which is good. Alright. More Exile shenanigans. Ooh, we got the Demonic Tutor. Okay. That's actually nice, too. So, Mountain. Alright, how do we do this here? I think Mayhem Devil is probably what we want. Okay, so from here, Demonic Tutor. That's right. We need to dig out something that's going to help us win this here. Okay, get the pings. Okay, Volder Epicure is not too bad either. Okay, so this is how we're going to get our All Will Be One. So there we go. We got our game piece here. We got our final piece that's going to help us win. But for now, we just need to play a little bit more and just survive the turn. We need creatures. Ping. Nice. Alright. Swing here. Sacrifice the token. We then take out... What do we take out here? I mean, there's nothing else we can really hit. I guess we just go straight to face. Opponents. That pings off with Ob Nixilis again. Okay, and pings. We're doing it. Okay. Let's see. Exile here. Honest Rustine. Okay. Looking pretty good here. And then what do we put on that? I guess we just put it on Ob Nixilis. Okay. Big swing with our big demon. Opponent, you need an answer. Even with Titania going bye-bye, that's fine. Boom. Down to 6. So their life gain is done. If we can get down all we want, it's instant game over, no matter what they do. On the other hand, we're pretty close to where we can just kind of just stomp them as is. So we just need to live this one turn. We don't care if everything dies. All we just need to do is just sponge the hit. Our opponent has to win right here on the spot Do they have the answer with 3 cards left? Ooh, okay. Non-battle permanent card. Okay, so what did they bring back? So kind of good that we did take away some cards. Okay, so they got Propagator Drone. They have Evolve. Huh. Spring Heart Nantoko. Okay. Well, that's fine. That doesn't help them win at all. Oh, opponent! I wanted to go off with our combo there. Okay, that's fine. They already knew what was going to happen. We were about to play that all we won, and that would have been an instant victory for us. That would have comboed with our Ob Nixilis, and we wouldn't even have to even swing. Aw. I was hoping we were going to do that, but dang. At least we knew we were going to get that win, so that was good. Still got what we wanted. All right, got our dailies done. That's nice. All right, let's keep the good times rolling, everyone. See if we can get some more good games out of this. But okay, not too bad. We were able to beat down the Necro Bloom, which is also a bit of a tough commander to fight. But we did have everything we needed, thankfully, there. Okay. Now we're going to be playing against Amira, Voice of the Conclave. Ooh, okay. Haven't seen anybody play this. Oh, okay, that's why. It's another alchemy card. I thought it was the other Amara, but okay. I like the art, though, but I don't like alchemy cards. Still, we'll see if we can try to fight our way through one of these goofy cards. All right, so for now, let's get down Mygar. Crawfish Cigarette. Yo, hello, my fire friend. How are you doing today? Thanks again for joining us today. Hopefully having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, play the solar. Actually, hold on. No, we got to fatal push that. Hit the bird. Bird's got to go bye-bye. How's your week been going so far? Okay. And then while I take the time to answer that, opponent's going to explore. They're going to try to get out, I'm guessing, their commander ASAP. Elvish Mystic, okay. All right. Den of the Bugbear. We'll play the Solar Transformer. We'll make some energy. Play the Den. So unfortunately, that means we can get out stuff now. But we have enough now where we can get Ob Nixilis if we'd like to. And also we have a Jagged Barrens, which can ping us instantly for 1 turn. Okay, Amara. All right, they're drafting, so they get free spells. I don't know what they get, but okay, we'll just... I guess it has to be what it has to be. Okay, Ob Nixilis. Hold on 1 second. Actually, we'll play the Vault of Whispers. Ob Nixilis coming in. And we cannot afford to let our opponent get shenanigans off here, so we'll use 1 energy to get rid of that and bolt it. Okay. So that means at least Amara gets bounced back for a bit. If they cast her on the next turn, that's fine. That does spend their mana, though, which means we can come back. Okay. Opponent, what you going to do? Noobishly foolish. What? You bolt the bird? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Always bolt the bird, kids. Always bolt the bird. Well, I guess we kind of push the bird, if you will. Okay, good. So our opponent did use up all their mana, which is great for us. So here's how we're going to do this. This time, we're actually going to go with a full Offspring. And let's see. Okay, so we need to make sure we have red mana. Oh, okay. Actually, we do need to do that now. Okay, make our Offspring. Ping. That does count. All right, got the starting town. Doesn't help us out that much now, but that's okay. Get a big smash in right here. Okay, we lose the starting town, but that's fine. We have plenty of mana, so that's not our problem. Day of Judgment. Okay, fine, be that way, opponents. Put it back into here. Dang, we spent all that mana for our little otter to end up dying? That's so sad. Didn't get a chance to play with him. It's fine. Ob Nixilis coming out for round 2. We will play the Valakut. So now we at least have enough mana where we can actually do stuff, even if Ob Nixilis doesn't stay on the field. Let's see. Opponent, surprisingly, they blew it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. March of the Multitudes. Okay. They make all their cute little tokens. But I'm about to ruin their day right here and now. Opponents, you're going to hate what I'm going to do right now. Tectonic Hazard hoses this perfectly. Too bad, opponent. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So let's Oni Cult Anvil now. And actually, hold on 1 second. Oh, actually, we can do this here. I'll do this instead. Get a swing in. All right. We will eat. Let's see. What do we want to eat to make sure they don't use? Okay, just in case. I don't think they're going to have any kind of graveyard stuff, but at least we eat that to get out of the way. And let's see. We'll pass the turn there. Okay. So we're looking really good right now. We cut the board clear. Enduring Innocence, that's fine. Archangel Elspeth. Okay, so that means do they blow up? Let's see. Okay, so they part counters on stuff or make tokens. Okay. All right, they'll draw cards. That's fine. So we're going to do it this way. Sacrifice here now, so we get at least one technically extra card off of this. Nice. Urborg. And a cut down. That's beautiful. Okay, Urborg fixes everything. Okay. Pay the 5. Okay, exile 5 cards. We don't get the full 7, but still. See, there we go, Dense Planet. We were able to use our energy, right? We have to manage our energy off just a little bit there. We got a Damnation, which is not bad normally, but not quite what we want right now. Let's see, can I play? No, I can't play both. Okay. We will... Okay, I think we're just going to do it this way, because I want to see if we can shut down our opponent here and now. Because we need this turn to actually have this work. 7. Dang it. Okay, so... Kessig Flame Breather. Okay. Gotta go to face. Down to 1. Opponent now has 1 turn to stop us. If they draw any other cards, Orcish Bowmasters does hit them, and we win. Ooh. Alright, so they take out that. But that's fine. We don't care. Rackets Theater. Okay, Surveil. Do we win this game? And we do. Our opponent had no other answers, and we took the victory there. All right. Very quick, very easy there. Made it look super good. All right, all right. Not too bad. Okay, so getting our wins in still. Very nice. All right, let's see. Can we keep this going? We're looking pretty good. Ooh, opponent's playing Corvold. If we can get out a Mayhem Devil, that'll be hilarious if we allow that to stick. We'll see if we could try. Okay, Bogger Trawler with a Den of the Bugbear. So that's enough for us to actually draw what we need. It is going to be a little clunky, though. That's fine. Skirk Prospector, okay. Ooh, got the Vault of Whispers. That's good, too. So here's how we do this. We will Fatal Push away. Can't let the Skirk Prospector get value. Get rid of that while we can. Alright, opponents. Auntie's Hovel. I forgot this is actually an arena now. That's actually a really good card, by the way. We'll play Den of the Bugbear now. We will then play Quint's Insight. I think this is actually a Spider-Man card. I don't remember which one it does. Someone can remind me. That'd be great. Okay, Marsh Flats. Alright, opponents. Which one are you digging out? Okay, Blood Crypt. No surprise there. Grum Gully. Okay. Well, this is actually kind of a cute deck that our opponent's playing because they're playing a deck that technically I myself already built in actual paper itself. The only difference is their version is using Corvold, but technically my version is using a Shattergang Brothers commander, but it is all goblins that I sacrifice for value. Interestingly enough, they are technically doing a deck that I thought about just replacing Shattergang with Corvold. Cute. Okay, we'll play Witch's Oven. Play the Cauldron Familiar. Meow meow. Okay, so we got our life gain and drain shenanigans ready to go. I just wish the Alchemy nerf didn't actually take away its ability to block. Honestly, that's honestly where I kind of feel why I don't like Alchemy. The nerfs also extend not just to their actual respective format or historic, they also affect Brawl, which does make a huge difference with cards like Cauldron Familiar because it can't block. So we just have to take the damage. Down to 13. Okay. So we do our shenanigans here. Cat Oven. Doing some sacking. Alright. Okay, Chrome Mox. That's not too bad either. What do we discard here? Nothing else I really want to discard, but I guess we have to. Draw another card. Okay, Aetherworks Marvel. Okay. So, how do we want... Okay. Do this, and then throw away the Feign Death. So this allows us to do Ob Nixilis now, hitting our opponent for 1. We can then just let that sit. Okay. So, is this going to help us stabilize? Sacrifice an artifact. Or pay green, or pay red. They do. They create tokens with goblins. Okay. Interesting. Okay. They're digging out something. Which one are they digging out? Which goblin are they looking for? Okay. Muxus. He's scary. But is this enough? Opponent swinging? Maybe? Ooh, they do. Okay. All right. Or not. Opponents, you knew better. You knew better. I'm guessing they want to save that here for when we start putting counters on stuff. But this also helps us out too. We start making tokens. If they want to. Ping. So that helps us trigger off. Nice. Bloodstained Mire. Might as well get this done now. We can Rackus Theater, so that helps us surveil. What do we dig? Okay, Prosper. Ooh, Prosper's good. Keep him on top there. Okay, we will throw away the Aetherworks Marvel. We no longer need that. Okay, Haunted Ridge. So, play Prosper. Let's see. Play a card. So that does count. And there we go. Now we can start getting that going there. So from here, we need to start triggering off here. I'm going to see if we can try to combo just a smidge. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try. Because as long as we have Prosper out, we technically start generating treasures. Okay, fell the Profane. Okay, no attacks yet. Got the Roiling Vortex. So, Roiling Vortex is good too. But now we have everything we need. Quint's Insight throws away the Haunted Ridge. Ooh. Corvald. Alright, so what are they sacking? Token, I'm guessing? Yep. But they can't swing yet. So now it's the game of whose commander can go off first. Oh, dang it. Oh. No, I don't want to lose both. Okay. I'll throw away the Haunted Ridge. We get a land. Okay, last Agni Kai. That's actually not too bad. So let's see. We'll play it as 2 here. Okay. Does our opponent make anything? Okay. Nope. Ping. Get our pings. Make a treasure again. Omniscience gets bigger. Alright, nice. The last Agni Kai. Take out their Ob Nixilis. So now we get some mana back. Not too bad, right? Okay, Scrawling Crawler. And that does come from there, so keep it going. Down to 12. Blood Artist 2 is good. Let's see. Okay. We sack here. Try to keep things going. We're trying. Oh man, we're so close to finishing off our opponent here. Okay, so 10. Wait, did that get them? Did we get them on this turn right here? Oh, yes, we did. Oh, we got the bolt off the top. Oh my goodness. What a top deck. The bolt off the top there, and we get the victory. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful win there. Wow. I gotta highlight that one, everyone. Oh, man. The Rolling Vortex already would have got us the win, but honestly, with that, the bolt guaranteed our opponent had nothing to stop us with. Woo! Okay, that was great. That was a great one right there. Oh, so glad we got that one recorded. All right. Let's keep it going. We're doing really good here now. So the deck is feeling a lot better now. We've definitely had a couple of bad games, but so far it's been feeling pretty good here. Ooh, we're playing against Niv Mizzet here. So definitely a card I know all too well. But usually most people that play Niv Mizzet, myself included, kind of traded him out for Vivi because Vivi just does more, faster, and for less investment. But okay, that's what our opponent wants to do. That's fine. Let's see here. A little clunky here. It's mulligan. Okay. Okay. Well, this is definitely a left-hand-heavy hand, but that's good. We can make this work. What do we put back, though? Put back the Sokazin, because all the other lands we could fetch for. Okay. Quint's Insight is tricky to play. So I want to start using that to help churn through our deck, but also I don't want to risk losing the all will be one. So we'll see. It really just depends on what our opponent throws at us. Okay. Chandra, okay. So for here, let's get out our Black Source. Play Quint's Insight. This is a bit of a gamble, though, because if we keep losing cards that we don't want to lose, we also might put us in a really awkward spot. But I'm willing to take that gamble for now. Let's throw away the Fear of Lost Teeth, all right? Nice. Get a flick of coin. We will play the Terminus of Return. Opponents, do you have an answer? Ooh, they have a mana drain. Okay. Well, even so, we'll still play the Fable Passage. Still, they make the mana, but good news, at least with the mana drain, is the mana doesn't count towards Niv Mizzet. Okay, Curse Mirror. Ooh, maybe we should have had Curse Mirror too. That actually might have been helpful for our deck. Okay. Grabby Giant. Anything else, opponents? Okay, for now, play the Fable Passage, crack it. We'll get another red source out, so get out our other mountain. Okay, Urborg. So not too bad here. We'll keep that coin flicking ability. Okay, so for now, Chandra coming in. Let's see, our opponent has another option. Okay, nice. Okay, so from here, paying our opponent for 1. We generate 1 mana that we can't use, but at least we now have consistent mana for that. Okay. So we're getting close to getting our combo pieces out. Just gotta hope that our opponent actually taps out. They can here if they want to. Niv Mizzet can do its thing. Okay, opponent's got 4 cards in hand, though. 6 mana open. Ooh, they didn't. Okay. Well, I don't think we need the Fatal Push anymore. Draw another card. Okay. So from here, paying our opponent for 1. Okay, so from this, 2, 3, 4. Solar Transformer. We need to generate a little bit more mana. Make our energy. Okay. Consult the star charts. Opponent is digging deep. What are they going to try to find? Okay. Okay. Steam Vents. Okay, so here comes Niv Mizzet. This is his turn. Okay. Oh, he's got the Curiosity already. So I think that means it's game over, because no matter what we play now, the moment he hits us, we're dead. Dang it. Alright, so even so, I still... Aww. I wanted this to go off. Get the Dragon Skull Summit. Even so, I could play the All Will Be One, which doesn't trigger him off, but also we can't get rid of that enchantment. So we just ping here. It's not enough, though.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Because the moment, yeah, he'll draw a card, he then does his thing, and that's game. Because we can't get rid of that curiosity. There's nothing in our deck right now that gets rid of it for us. Yep. And there he goes, and that's game. Dang, he got his combo out just a turn faster than us. That's a shame. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. We were so close, though. We were so close. But it's okay. We're going to keep trying just a little bit longer, everyone. Okay. So looking at the clock again, I did mention earlier that we are going to try to plan to get this going as long as we can, but also we're going to have to cut the stream a little bit shorter than normal, everyone. So I do apologize for that, but we'll squeeze in what we can for maybe like another, I'm guessing, maybe 15 more minutes? We'll see what we can do here in 15 minutes, folks. Maybe that's what, 2-3 games tops at best. So just FYI, giving everybody a heads up. I still appreciate all of you that have been here with me today, so thank you again for everyone that has shown up for today's stream. If you did miss any part of the stream, do not worry. Replays will be up across any of the platforms you want to watch me on. So whether it's Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, or X, there will be copies for everyone there. I'll also try to update information, so if you do like the deck that we played today, even if it's not a budget deck that we typically play, I'll still leave a link for that in the details below once we're done. If you do want to support me beyond today, you also can be a true fiery friend if you'd like to. We do also have a Patreon link that if you do want to, we can subscribe to. We have some exclusive bonus videos and footage that doesn't make it to the main channel. Or otherwise, you can be one of the members of our YouTube channel, which also has an exclusive playlist for those that also want to support us. But even if nothing else, for free, just join our Discord and be part of our growing group of fiery friends. For all of your support, whether you're watching or if you're doing anything else, we appreciate you guys because that helps keep our channel going. Again, all links will be located in the details below once we are done with this stream. But okay. Shilling aside. All right, they got the Ancient Tomb and the Talisman. Yeesh. That was a pretty good start. But okay, it's okay. Let's see here. We will get out Prismatic Pistol to start us off. Okay, Narset is definitely a scary card. We played a Narset deck earlier now. Key to the archive. Alright. I forget that since it's ranked, people will play whatever they need to actually get the leg up, even if that means playing dirty alchemy cards. But okay, let's find our opponents. I won't judge. Actually, I will judge. That's bad. Let's see here. Okay. I guess we'll just get the Prismatic Vista. We'll get out... Let's get out a Mountain. Takanuma, that's cute. Okay, Dragon Skull Summit comes in. We will then play... We'll wait it out for a second here. If they start drawing cards, we'll draw out Orcish Bowmaster immediately. Okay, Narset. Okay, Narset coming in. Okay, well, Bowmaster coming in. No real value yet, but he can provide value over time. Some Fear Springs. Let's see. I think Blood Artist. No attacks, of course. Okay, they start swinging. They start getting free spells. Curse of Silence. And a Temporal... Oh. Really? Wow, they actually got a Temporal Trespass for free. Got the Curse of Silence. So, of course, they name our actual commander. I'm surprised Curse of Silence actually wasn't restricted or banned like some of the other cards that slow down your creature. Through time. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that's just as degenerative? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got plenty of mana. They move fast on that, though. Oof. Massive oof. Blooded Strand. Okay. They surveil. So it doesn't look like we're going to get many pings off of their plan. Also because it looks like they're not playing that many creatures. Okay, Triome. Okay, well, actually we get one ping here. Okay, so we at least get one token. Okay. 4 card. Okay. Alright, I'm not dealing with this because they have nothing but Wraths, removal, and extra turn spells, and that just is too degenerate for my taste. So I'm just going to take the L now. That's just going to be a time waster for me. Sorry, guys. But yeah, that's just not good for content. All right, we're going to try again. Just a little bit longer, everyone. Okay. So, let's see. Can we get at least a couple more wins before we end the stream today? Let's give it a shot. 2 more games. 2 more games, everyone. Whatever happens, we're going to see if we can make this work. Okay? All right, so let's see. Okay, wow, we got the we got the mono black hand here. We do have a bolt, but we can at least get maybe one. If we can get one source off of this, wouldn't be too bad. Play the Vault of Whispers to start. So if they need to, we need to blow anything up, we can with the cut down. All right, Flooded Strand, sacking it. Okay, opponents. Undercity Sewers, so they surveilling. Got a Swamp, that's cute. So I guess we'll play the Swamp. We'll play the Terminus of Return. Might as well get our ramp going. We have still mana for cut down, which is nice. Prototype 8/8 is still okay. It's still gonna be an alchemy card. I guess we'll throw away the bolt. I don't really care about a burglar rat, so it's not something I worry about. Lock Wayne. Black Mage's Rod. Drop selects. Okay. Okay, and then for here, I guess that means we'll have to toss away the Tectonic Hazard when the time comes. Got the Prismatic Vista. Okay, we need a red source. Any red source, and Ob Nixilis gets to do its thing. Come on, deck. Okay, opponents. Anything else? Oh, they got the Grief. Okay. So... Okay. Okay, ping our opponent at least. Okay, so we get rid of Grief. That means they throw away Tectonic Hazard, unfortunately. But that's okay. Undercut Anvil will be nice once we get there, but we still have a ways to go. Still can't harness anything just yet. Okay, we're just going to ping away. We can at least use the Lockway now to draw cards, so if we need to, we could do that. Okay. Tap X8. Each creature card in their graveyard. Okay, Mull Drifter. Okay. So they want cards to go into the yard to make this easier to cast, even if it is a dirty alchemy card. Okay, Shipwreck Marsh. Alright, Castle Lockway, come on. Give me the hit. Halter Millier's okay. Ooh, we got the reanimate. That's nice. Okay, so we will reanimate. You know what, opponents? I will take I will take a Grief. Or actually, no, maybe a Mull Drifter, because that helps draw cards. Oh, I don't know. You know what? Get the Mull Drifter. Ping our opponents. We take damage ourselves, but we draw some cards. We do need the cards, though. So, Iridescent Vine Lasher. Make a copy. Down to 17. Okay. Definitely a clunky way to fight our opponent here. Okay. Harvester of Misery. Alright. Opponent blowing away the board still. Where is our red mana? We need that right now more than ever. We could honestly go off on our opponent if we just managed to get that. Okay. Totally forgot this card existed, by the way. Does anybody actually remember some of the cards from Thunder Junction? They mishmashed together that, the big score, those other bonus cards, and I totally forgot that there's a lot of cards from that set that didn't really, they got glossed over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Deceit. Okay. So pretty much just removal, discard. Ugh. Not my way of playing normally Magic. I guess if it works for an opponent, it works for their opponents. Okay. Okay, Prototype X8 is ready to go next turn. So we'll see if they do it. We're at 14. They're at 16, so it's not like we're in a horrible spot. But we're also not doing too well here. We're trying to... Where's our red source at? Okay, Starting Town kind of does it, but not really. Alright, one more turn. If we don't make it here, we're pretty much dead. Ideally, one more red source would allow us to stabilize, but we're not looking too good here. Okay, Prototype X8. Artists. Okay? They put us into a bad deal situation. Okay. What is going to hurt us the least? It's like trying to go to a car dealership right now and you're just like, you have no idea what the heck you're buying, and they're trying to get you to sign the loan on something that's horribly priced. But you have no choice because you have to get a car. Okay, any case, let's see. We'll do it that way. Okay, opponents. What you picking? Okay, they took 2 cards there, so we threw away Urza. They get another card. Okay. I'm just going to concede that one too, everyone. I realize now with the copy they make, like, we're not going to survive that one, so I will take, once again, my L. I don't want to, but I have no choice. Okay. So looking at the clock right now, even though we are still not doing too hot, we've gotten our wins here and there. Let's get one more final one today, everyone. Again, we are going to cut it short, so this will be our last game for the stream. Win or lose, no matter what happens, we're going to try to lock it in and see, can we get one more at least good win with the King of Ping, Ob Nixilis. I'm hoping, everyone. I'm feeling good, okay? Got to get that good energy. Got to get that good vibe. Let's do it. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Okay. Okay. Game face on. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, Bogger Trawler. Arcane Signet gives us the red mana. Soul Cauldron for exiling. And Annihilating Glare to remove stuff. Is this okay? The only thing to remember also when you're playing competitive here is you don't get the free mulligan like you do in casual Brawl / Commander. So FYI if you're going to play this. So be aware of that so that way you don't mess yourself up. Having said that, they're playing also Eureka, so that's also another very degenerate card. So they're playing ninjas then. Okay. Watergrave. They did mulligan, so Spyglass Siren. Okay. Got the mage here, so we'll play the Castle Lockwing. So from here, that means they get to Commander Ninjutsu immediately. Jeez, what a... Eureka, good card, but at the same time, probably was a mistake to make for the game. So they take the 3 damage, they swing, they get their Commander Ninjutsu, which does also skip the Commander tax. Okay, remind me again why this was allowed. So they get their damage in, they get card draw for free. Okay, so for now, 2 life, Arcane Signet. Even if I blow up Yuffie here / Yuriko, they could just keep recasting her because, again, her Commander Ninjutsu means you only have to pay the 2 mana. So that makes her, again, a little unfair. Okay. But if you guys want to see me do more degenerate decks, let me know. I'm not afraid to build around decks like her because she's also pretty nasty. But we'll see. We'll see what else our opponent tries to do here. Spyglass Siren. All right. Okay, they make, again, another map token. Okay. Opponents. Swinging. So in order to stop Eureka, you need, like, spot removal constantly to keep her away. But right now, it's... Yeah, we don't have that in hand. Okay. Another free card. Because why not? Okay. Okay, they Prismatic Vista. Okay, opponents. Which one land you're getting? It's either going to be island or swamp. I'm guessing probably an island. Hey, no surprise there. Okay, so at this point, I'm not sure what we can do to get there, but we'll try. Okay. Play our mage. The Malachor Rebirth. So we're still a little clunky on mana, but that's okay. We'll see if we can get it done. Okay. Swamp. They're swinging. Okay. So, can we wait? Can we block with it? No, we can't block. Wait, no, we can block. Okay. So, do they have any other ninjutsu shenanigans? As long as we can... Okay, Splinter coming in. Okay, so from here... Dang it, we're going to have to take that damage, aren't we? So, anything else, opponents? Okay, oh, they got double ninjutsu. Well, before that comes out, we might as well see if we can take out Splinter. Can't think they have anything else, because they only have map tokens, right? Wow, they actually have the unsummon. Okay. Dang it. Ninjas, everyone. Of course, when I play ninjas, it usually doesn't end up being this good, but okay. So, is there a way out of this, or are we dead? Okay, we'll do it this way. Omnicult Anvil. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We will eat the Unsummon. No attacks. Go from there. Alright. Yeah. Not sure. Very iffy situation. Okay. Ninja's coming in once again. Getting their pump. Key to the city. Is that it, opponent? Okay. I'm swinging here. We can't really... Oh, we can't really block all of that. So once again, we'll have to take that damage. Go to 9. They get the free value here, which is unfortunate. Okay, more card draw. Damn, do they not have... Are they not going to lose any life? Actually, they just keep drawing cards there. Okay, down to the Bugbear. A little too late there, but okay. Let's see. Go to 7. Okay, Ob Nixilis himself coming in. I don't have a counter spell at this point, so... Probably tapped out. Opponents? Wait, what are we waiting on? Do they discard? I was like, they can't really discard anything. Annihilating Glare. So, no for real value, but might as well just do this. We will eat up Prismatic Vista. Not for really real value, just trying to get that out of the way. Alright, and then from there, sacrifice. Our own card. That does mean we get a ping off. So at least we get a little bit of value. Okay. Exile. Okay. Splinter gone. Okay. Not bad, right? Got a little bit out of that. We have blockers now, at least. So I'm hoping that maybe, out of some miracle, we can rally. Because we're running out of time now, and I actually do need to wrap this... need to wrap up this matchup a little faster than I thought. Okay, enter the Enigma. They can't be blocked. Okay. Opponents. Okay, Polluted Delta. They sack it, but that does mean we get a free ping off of that, so I'll take it. Better than nothing, I guess. Ooh, we got a Demonic Tutor. That is fun. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Opponents. Okay, they got their land. They surveil. That puts us then to... Okay. Can't deal with any of these. We can block just Yuffie. That might be enough. Spyglass Siren. Okay. If our opponent taps out, maybe there is one tiny glimmer of hope here. A very tiny glimmer. Okay. Down to 4. This is still unblockable, so that puts us to 3. Okay. Opponents. 2 more cards I don't know of. The other 2... Okay, so they are going to try. Okay. 5. 1 more. Do you do it, opponents? Okay. That goes to 6. Okay. That's still not enough damage, though. Do they ninjutsu something else in? So out of fear for my own life total, we'll do one more swing here in pain. Go down to 16, go up to 8 to at least sponge a hit. We get a land. Go to 2. Oh, we lost still there. Dang it. No, what a heartbreaker that was. Oh, we were so close to stabilizing. So the plan, if you guys were trying to follow along there real quick, was ideally with the demonic tutor that we had in exile, we would use that, pull out our all will be one, which could be casted, and that would have helped us again get the win. But because they had Satoru on top, they made us lose the life. Of course, of all the times that I actually was hoping they'd get a land, they didn't get it. All right. Well, that's a shame, everyone. We didn't win on the last game there, but it is what it is. So we're going to have to end there for today. However, before we end, let's talk about the deck briefly. So, how do you feel overall about the deck, everyone? Do you like the deck? Would you play the deck in any way, shape, or form? Honestly, I really want to like the deck a lot. But I don't know if maybe... I guess this is probably also maybe my fault to a degree. I don't know if we're not going degenerate enough. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not getting that many wins that I'd like to. On the other hand, though, I mean, Magic is a game of variance, so sometimes you do win, sometimes you do lose. And sometimes you win a lot, sometimes you lose a lot. The things I do like about the deck, I love the pinging ability because once that combo's off, just like our other decks, although I'm not really a big combo player, this is the kind of combo I do enjoy. Pinging, exiling cards, getting a ton of value, and getting a big, heavy creature to smash in for victory. We managed to get that a couple of times, not that many. We failed, unfortunately, to get the all will be one victory. We were close on one game, but our opponent canceled and quit out before we can get that off. Still, I'm still happy with how the deck turned out. I probably would tweak a couple more cards. Maybe I probably don't need to actually worry too much about the energy cards, but that's something that maybe I would probably cover a little bit later on. So I would probably then maybe cut the Aetherworks Marvel and get in maybe another Wrath, or just something that would help with the pinger plan that maybe we failed to accomplish in this deck. Overall, though, if you still like the deck, one more time, I'll leave behind a link for you guys once we're done with this in just a few moments. But before we go, as always, since you've made it this far into the video, everyone, my True Fire friends, thanks again for hanging in there. Here's this little sneak peek as to what's to come coming up. Honestly, we do have a new super budget deck for you guys for the Brawl format. So basically Tatyova, no rares, no mythics. However, we are a little bit behind schedule on trying to get this done. So this one might get delayed until maybe Wednesday at the earliest. We're going to try to do what we can to speed this up and try to finish this video. We're having some technical issues, and I have finished, honestly, all the filming because I've been kind of falling behind due to other personal matters. Not to worry, though. It is coming. No matter what, I'm going to make this deck happen, and we'll, of course, try to get that out for you as soon as we can. Otherwise, beyond that, I'm not sure. If you guys want me to still do more of these ranked Brawl decks, keep in mind these are not going to be our usual budget decks, but we'll see if we can try to make a couple more if you guys are interested in that. Or if you guys want me to try to challenge myself, I'm not afraid to see if we can make a super cheap deck for ranked. Maybe that might work also. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, so we'll see what we do next week on stream. Until then, my fire friends, as always, I want to still give again one more final shout out to everyone that was here in the chat with me today. So thanks again for popping in. Noobishly Foolish. And then we have Sneaky Toilet, of course. Kayvon Brown, thanks again for popping up. Cursed Arsenal. Dan Splendid, as always, appreciate you. Z4T3K21, appreciate you being there as well. Evelyn Olsen, thanks again also for popping in for just a little bit there. Hopefully your games went well with the Brawl matches. And of course, Crawfish Cigarette popping in and saying hi. Appreciate all you guys and everyone else that's been watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay. One more time, thank you to everyone that was supporting me today. But otherwise, I have to get going now to wrap up the rest of my day. So we're going to cut this short and say have a wonderful Friday, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll get a chance to do this again next weekend. And I'll, of course, as always, announce across socials when that'll be. However, until then, I do want to leave you with one final thing. Just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We will see you again next week, everybody. Later.